morning, guys. So today I'm actually doing a day in my life with recipes that I eat throughout the day, and I did a poll on Instagram and everyone chose this one. I'll show you right here. So for the ingredients, you're going to need brown sugar, oats, you can have quick or rolled. We have non-dairy milk, it's soy milk, protein powder, chia seeds, we have peanut butter, and there's cocoa powder, coconut shavings, maple syrup, honey, and some granola. So I usually put 1.5 scoops of the oats, and that's all that I can finish, but like honestly that's enough for me, and it's up to you. For the milk, you can just put more milk than the oats. Again, there's no measurements, I just kind of eye it. Here I'm adding brown sugar, the maple syrup, and there's no measurement, so it's really up to your taste. And there's cocoa powder, and just mix it all together. And when it looks like this, it should be good to go. So if you're wondering why it's such a bad quality now, it's because I used my phone and because the camera was dying. But here's the finished product. I know it looks gross, but I promise you it tastes really good. Here I'm adding some protein powder. It's completely optional, but I just wanted to add it today. And now I'm just going to put any fruits that we have lying around. And sorry for the presentation, I was just really hungry. And here's the finished product. It looks like a solid 5 out of 10, but it tastes like a 10 out of 10, trust me. So for lunch, this is when I kind of just take out whatever is in the fridge anywhere and just kind of put a meal together. I started by washing all the vegetables that I'm going to be using, and here's me cutting and peeling a sweet potato and cutting it into cubes. And then I put it in the air fryer, and honestly you don't have to put oil in it, but I added a little bit of avocado oil and just let that sit there for 10 minutes. And now I'm frying these falafel balls. I've never tried these ones, so I hope they're good. And I'm making extra for my sister as well. Here I just finished washing the kale while I wait, and I'm just breaking it apart, seasoning it with salt and pepper, and you can even add lemon juice if you want and other seasonings to it. I kind of treat it like kale chips, and here I'm just adding like a roasted garlic and red pepper seasoning for taste. And I was walking around and I found a boiled egg, so now we're going to add it to today's lunch. And once they've finished, I added some seasoning, salt and pepper, and nothing too fancy, and just assembling it into my bowl. So now I'm just creating the dressing and I'm putting together ranch and this beet sauce that tastes like barbecue. And I'm mixing it in a Ziploc so I could have better control when I drizzle it on top. And here's the finished product. I know it looks really weird and bright, but honestly it tasted really good. I would usually put ranch on its own, but honestly that beet sauce was such a game changer. And you already know I had to finish my food. So for supper, we're making my iconic teriyaki tofu. Here we have our tofu, onions and bell peppers, honestly any vegetable lying around. And we have arugula, nutritional yeast, teriyaki sauce, vegan mayo, and a leftover broccoli. So I cut the onions and bell peppers lengthwise, and for the tofu, I just kind of pressed it down with a paper towel and cut it into cubes. So we're putting the bell peppers in the air fryer and with no oil this time, and we're just gonna season it with salt and pepper at the end. So you can just start by frying the onions until they look like this, and then swap it with the tofu until they're nice and golden brown. I seasoned it with salt, pepper, and a little bit of paprika. And after you're done with that, you can just assemble everything together with the teriyaki and the mayo. And honestly, my dad introduced me to the mayo idea and it's so good. And this time I did have the patience to plate it nicely. I just added nutritional yeast, some extra teriyaki sauce, and some everything bagel seasoning. And that's about it.
They literally